Shein, CapCut, Temu. TikTok. 5 years ago, you wouldn't have heard of any of these apps, but today, they are the most downloaded in the US, and chances are, you're addicted to at least one of them. So what do they all have in common? They were all developed by Chinese companies. We've been hearing about new technology coming out of China for years, but it's always been the hardware, never the software. So how have so many brands managed to find success outside of China? In this video, we'll unpack the key ingredients behind their success. Now everyone knows TikTok, even your uncle that thinks it's stealing his credit card information.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand that.
Last year, TikTok surpassed its US competitors, Instagram and Snapchat, becoming the most downloaded app in the country. While the future of the app in the US might seem shaky, its 150 million users aren't ready to let go just yet. TikTok was created by Chinese tech giant ByteDance and became popular in 2018. Some of the reasons why so many users got hooked, especially young ones, are its built-in editing tool and its fast-paced short content that back then was unseen on any other mainstream platform. But most importantly, TikTok's secret lies in its algorithm. The app is so good at learning your habits and tastes, some people find it disturbing.
Okay, has anyone else noticed that your For You page has been a little too accurate lately? It hasn't been things that I'll Google or I talk about. It's been thoughts.
TikTok knows everything about us.
Hold up, don't scroll, let me ask you something first. Can someone please explain how this algorithm works?
TikTok's secretly listening to us while we're watching videos? I don't know.
The algorithm is not only quick at figuring out things that not even you knew about yourself, but it also works in a unique way when it comes to music. Choosing the right song makes it very easy to go viral on the app. This created a generation of influencers that managed to, almost overnight, get more followers than established celebrities.
If you look at the most followed people on Instagram, you'll find actors, athletes, supermodels, and TV stars, people who are already famous. Conversely, the most followed on TikTok are just TikTokers.
If this wasn't enough, the content is so diverse and weird that almost anyone can find some form of community. But not only does ByteDance control the platform, they own the means of production. There's no need to learn DaVinci Resolve for your 30-second thirst traps. ByteDance has created its own ecosystem by releasing the video editing app, CapCut. Even though TikTok has its own in-app editing function, CapCut offers more than just basic editing, but still remains easy to use even for amateurs. The auto velocity function can help sync your video better with music. And because it was designed with TikTok in mind, it has access to pretty much any song that's trending at the moment. While I'm not about to edit a documentary in CapCut, you could probably do it with a little finesse. But one app on this list managed to be even more controversial than TikTok.
Are we being gaslit by Shein? Cause
why is Shein so bad? That is an amazing question. Let me answer it for you.
Had worst working conditions that China would not even approve of.
And the influencer on the trip said that she is an independent thinker whilst being paid to be there, paid to post, and paid to say all those words.
The Chinese fashion brand is worth over 100 billion US dollars and was the fourth most downloaded app last year. What attracts most people to Shein is the ridiculously low prices. And I mean really, really low. Before Shein came along, there wasn't anything nearly as cheap, except for maybe the clearance rack at TJ Maxx. For many young Americans, ASOS used to be the go-to site for cheap clothes. A basic tank top would go for around 10 or 15 US dollars. However, on Shein, you can now buy a pack of 4 for even less than that. The reason behind Shein's ultra-low price is complicated, but one of the most important factors is Shein outsources a lot of things. The difference between Shein and traditional fast fashion brands like H&M and Zara is that these brands have in-house design teams, and they have to produce entire collections somewhere else. The time between when a piece of clothing is designed and when it's available in stores is around 10 to 30 weeks. Shein, on the other hand, buys in small amounts directly from suppliers in China that can both design and manufacture in the same place. This way, the design to shipping time gets cut down to just a few days. And this is why Shein has earned the label of ultra-fast fashion. Small orders give more flexibility to suppliers and retailers, who based on performance decide whether to discontinue production on a particular item without worrying if they're part of a collection. That's why buying from Shein feels like having infinite choices. But unlike other fast fashion brands, Shein has only done pop-up stores around the world and only has one permanent showroom in Tokyo. And you can't even buy from Shein here in China. It's only available internationally. That's probably because they would face much harsher competition from tech giants like Pinduoduo and Alibaba's Taobao. However, like other fast fashion brands, Shein has come under scrutiny because of its cheap labor practices and its environmental impact. Sustainability comes with a price, but in this economy, a lot of people probably can't afford that. And if you thought Shein was peak recession core, then wait for the next emerging app, Temu. Temu entered the American market last year and has already become the most downloaded app. For years, Chinese companies have tried to compete against Amazon. Alibaba's AliExpress came the closest, but its B2B aesthetic only appealed to dropshippers and wholesalers. Until Temu, there really hasn't been a Taobao equivalent available in the US. Wish had some success, but quickly became a meme for its long delivery times and low-quality products. But Temu is like AliExpress and Wish on steroids. So if Temu carries basically the same products as AliExpress, what are they doing differently? Temu started by employing the most popular form of marketing in China, influencer marketing. Paying influencers for sponsored videos, Temu managed to get the word around fast. And the message was very simple. We're a legit app. These prices are real. Their Super Bowl campaign, Shop Like a Billionaire, was very successful and made millions of Americans wonder, so what is Temu and should you shop there? Created by the Chinese company PDD Holdings, Temu has learned a lot from its Chinese sister app, Pinduoduo, which is currently doing the impossible here in China, stealing market share from Alibaba. This is why it's no surprise Temu managed to succeed where AliExpress failed. One of the successful techniques that Temu borrowed from Pinduoduo in China is gamification. By feeding a fish, shaking a tree, or many other tedious tasks you might see in a free-to-play Fallout game, users can work towards free merch or cash rewards. What's the catch, you ask? You have to refer your friends when you run out of fish food or tree shakes. This level of gamification is actually very common in many apps in China. But this is the first time an e-commerce brand has managed to take these tactics and apply them to drive hyper-consumption abroad. Other than harassing friends and family, users have enlisted the help of strangers by creating Facebook groups, subreddits, and using the hashtag code for code on TikTok can exchange referral codes with other users. Is that too much effort to put towards a free hot pot kit? Not to these people. Beyond gamification and influencer marketing, these Chinese apps share a robust logistics network. Because Temu takes advantage of Chinese infrastructure, now Americans can enjoy the same shopping experience that we've been addicted to for years here, just slightly slower. What the rise of Chinese apps signifies is that China's pivot away from manufacturing is a lot closer, with its own advanced digital economy finally making big strides in one of the most competitive markets. Now, instead of using American apps to buy made-in-China products, then complaining about it, you can skip the middleman and buy directly from Chinese apps.